Good morning, good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history and review, the 1959 college football season. Today, I'll be talking about the games that were played on October 31st, 1959. This is week 7. But there was a game that was played before that on October 30th, 1959. We're going to get into it right now. Friday, Tulane beat Texas Tech 17-7. Then after that, now we're going to get into the games that were played on October 31st, 1959. Dartmouth beat Yale by a score of 12-8. Now, this was an upset. Yale was ranked number 13 in the country when they lost to Dartmouth 12-8. So Ivy Race was thrown into a hodgepodge as Dartmouth broke 5-game Bulldogs shutout string, and then Philadelphia Harvard toppled unbeaten Penn. Dartmouth recovered early fumbles and pressured Yale defense into making 11 tackles inside its Eli's 15-yard line, but it was Eli's offense that mounted first scoring venture, a 55-yard touchdown drive. So fullback Rich Winkler scoring run and quarterback Tom Singleton's 2-point conversion run provided Yale with an 8-0 halftime lead. A big play in Bray Green's comeback in the second half came on a 4th down and 2 near midfield as reliable halfback Jake Crothmel ran for 75 yards for 25 carries. 75 yards for 25 carries. He slammed for 4 yards to keep the touchdown drive alive. So when Dartmouth scored to finally end Bulldogs' impressive scoreless defensive streak at nearly 341 minutes, it seemed to take some starch out of Yale, but Indians owned air lanes all day. An accurate, recently mended senior quarterback Bill Gundy hit halfback Al Baziski and end Seth Strickland with second half touchdown passes. Next, Air Force and Army played to a tie, 13-13 in New York City. Arthur Daly wrote in the New York Times, the newest of the service classes was off to a rousing start. It wasn't always artistic, but a finger Army lost 4 fumbles, which cost it opening touchdown by Falcons fullback Monte Morberg, and later tying touchdown by halfback Mike Quinlan. So outgained 254 yards to 186 yards. Cadets sent halfback Bob Anderson slamming for touchdown at end of 80-yard march in the second quarter. Blocked punt by Army tackle Dale Coons helped Anderson to another second quarter touchdown and 13-6 lead for the Cadets. Air Force smothered Army ground game in the second half and used defensive back John Bolcom's fumble recovery to set up Quinlan's tying score early in the fourth quarter. Falcons' final drive from their own 38-yard line was spiced by quarterback Rich Mayo's 21-yard pass-off fake field goal, but ended forlornly in 31-yard field goal try to halfback kicker George Pupich that sailed wide. Meanwhile, number 5 Syracuse shut out Pittsburgh 35-0 as Syracuse's growing powerhouse delivered worse defeat to beleaguered Pittsburgh coach John Michelson in his 5 years at helm in Pittsburgh's Oakland section. Dominant Orange Men defense that was led by guard linebacker Roger Davison and Fred Martino squelched the Panthers' tune of 6 yards rushing. Quarterback Dave Surratt hit in Joe Scani Sexy. It's tough to pronounce these last names, but forget it. Anyway, he hit in Gerald with 30-yard pass to set up halfback girl Swede's first quarter touchdown. So Orange's famed inside reverse scissors play provided a second quarter touchdown. Linebacker Dan Rakiewicz, Syracuse's fourth team fullback, had Day's last run. a 100-yard touchdown rumble with interception. Linebacker Dan Rakiewicz, Syracuse's fourth team fullback, had Day's last rumble, 100-yard touchdown rumble with interception. Penn State beat West Virginia 28-10. Nebraska upset Oklahoma, the number 19 team in the country, 25-21. Not since 1946, 74 games ago, had Oklahoma tasted defeat in the conference play. After Sooners' open game with fast 72-yard scoring drive, Nebraska fought back to 12-7 lead in the second quarter. Lead when center linebacker Jim Moore blocked a quick kick, and guard Leroy Zintek carried it 36 yards to pay dirt. So with Oklahoma having regained lead at the 14-12, Huskers defensive back kicker Ron Mead put Nebraska back on top in third quarter by kicking first of his 2 field goals. Nebraska quarterback punter Harry Talley, who authored key punts all day, scored running touchdown in fourth quarter after halfback Pat Fisher went 61 yards with punt return. So Corner Huskers led 25-14 before giving up Sooners fullback Prentice Gault's second touchdown and ended it on Mead's end zone interception in dying seconds. Meanwhile, Kansas beat Iowa State 7-0. Colorado beat Missouri by a score of 21-20. Arizona State beat New Mexico State. Arizona State beat New Mexico State by a score of 35-31. Washington, number 17 team in the country, beat UCLA 23-7. For the first time in 19 years, on-charging Washington beat UCLA in LA Coliseum and took vice grip on Rose Bowl bid. The key performer was Huskies quarterback Bob Schlereth, who had 138 yards passing on 5 of 8 passing, 2 touchdowns, whose running touchdown for 14-7 lead in third quarter padded his 2-touchdown pass production. Bruins gained upper hand early as Washington center George Pitt sailed punt snap over Schlereth's head for a 33-yard loss to 1-yard line. After anxious, UCLA suffered a 5-yard penalty. Tailback Bobby Smith slipped 2 tacklers and scored on a 6-yard run for a 7-0 lead. It took Washington just 6 plays to tie it after kickoff as Schlereth whipped 44 and 15-yard passes to halfback George Fleming. Trailing 14-7 in the third quarter, the Bruins alternated effective runs of tailback Smith and fullback Ray Smith for 41 yards to Huskies' 2-yard line. But Bobby Smith had ball popped into the air when he was hit, and defensive back Fleming made recovery inside the 1-yard line. After punter Schlereth's punt out from end zone, Bobby ran 17 yards to Huskies' 25-yard line, but their 4 runs were stopped dead to doom wishful UCLA. Kicker Fleming added field goal in the fourth quarter, and Bobby Smith again lost fumble at his 35-yard line after receiving kickoff. Schlereth instantly iced it with a 35-yard touchdown fling to end the Falcons. Southern California defeated California. The number 6 team in the country was Southern California. They beat California by a score of 14-7. Number 6 Southern California beat California 14-7. As Brave California mounted great goal line stand in the second quarter and relinquished 385 yards of offense to undefeated number 6 Southern California, but hung in closely enough to turn to farm big break at end of the third quarter for a 7-6 lead. USC fullback Jim Conroy had taken screen pass from quarterback Willie Wood, passed for 90 yards and a touchdown, 2 for 5 passing, and he ran 16 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown run. 65 yards with 5 blocker Caravan he outran. So Troy led 6-0 and it held up at halftime because the Bears' defensive front that was led by tackle Frank Sally and nose guard Jim Piestrup became brick wall and stopping 4 shots from 1-yard line. So fumble popped out of stack at Trojans' 40-yard line late in the third quarter, and California guard linebacker Pete D'Amato took it in stride and tore off to 7-yard line, where he was hauled down from behind. So the Big Bears halfback Jerry Scatini pulled over from 2-yard line. Fullback kicker Bill Patton booted extra point. With chips down now, Wood brought kickoff back to his 47-yard line and capped drive with 7-yard touchdown run with blocking convoy from the Kiever brothers, guard Mike and N. Marlin. Halfback Angelo Coya made 2-point run. Now, I wanted to say it for last. It was the game of the year during that year, and it was number 1, Louisiana State versus number 3, Mississippi. As Louisiana State, the number 1 team in the Louisiana State, the number 1 team in the country, beat number 3 Mississippi by a score of 7-3. So this is a matchup of the top 3 teams in the country. So this is great as it was at that time, where the game of the year, actually, this was the game of the year on October 31st, 1959, where number 1 Louisiana State beat number 3 Mississippi by a score of 7-3. Halloween brought warm, extremely muggy backdrop to one of football's legendary night venues, Tiger Stadium. All-American halfback Billy Cannon's fumble, first of 4 by the Tigers, all after opening kickoff, gave ball to Rebels at the LSU 21-yard line. Ole Miss quickly made first down at 8-yard line, but Tigers defensive end Mickey Mangum spilled quarterback Jake Gibbs for loss on 3rd down. And Ole Miss was forced to accept 3-0 lead on field goal by tackle kicker Bob Kayat, Ole Miss future chancellor. Another fumble recovery provided Ole Miss with second quarter chance at Tigers' 29-yard line. As first half clock ticked down, the Rebels coach Johnny Vaught disdained field goal, and quarterback Bobby Franklin was stopped on rollout from 7-yard line on last play of the half. So in the second half, in the third quarter, Ole Miss blocked field goal try by LSU halfback kicker Wendell Harris and smeared Cannon's fake punt and run at its 31-yard line. So with number 1 LSU making wholesale mistakes, Vaught turned conservative to protect his 3-0 lead, ordering Gibbs to make first down punts, and in which he nearly averaged 50 yards. So almost 5 minutes into the fourth quarter, Gibbs punted again from his own 42-yard line, running to his right to field skidding punt. Cannon planned to let it roll, but grabbed high hop at own 11-yard line. He was met by Rebels guard Richard Price at 19-yard line, but shook loose, and Jerry Daniels lost his grip on Cannon at the 30-yard line. Last chance tackler, Gibbs made lunge and try at the 45-yard line, only to slip off, and Cannon was home free for an 89-yard touchdown return on a punt return, and a 7-3 LSU lead with 10 minutes left. Vaught made unusual choice to lead counterattack. He tapped third-string quarterback Doug Elmore, sticking to ground game except for 9-yard pass to halfback Cowboy Woodruff. Elmore moved Rebels to 4 first downs against celebrated Chinese Bandits defense. LSU coach Paul Dietzel reinserted his first team when Rebels' drive reached the 23-yard line. Minute and a half remained when Elmore's keeper made first down at 7-yard line. Runs by halfback George Blair. Elmore, fullback Jim Anderson put ball at 2-yard line. Ole Miss called timeout and planned Elmore to slant off left side. But young Ole Miss lineman blocked wrong way, and Elmore was stuffed at 1-yard line by quarterback defensive back Warren Brad Cannon with 48 seconds left. Writer Fred Russell called it. Fullest and finest football game I've witnessed in 31 years of sports reporting. So that concludes a look at the games that were played on October 31st, 1959, including the game that was played between Tulane and Texas Tech on Friday, October 30th, 1959. This is week 7 of the week that was October 31st, 1959. This is week 7 that just recapped the games that were played during that week, including the game of the year between number 1 LSU versus number 3 Mississippi, as LSU won 7-3. So that's basically it. So You can subscribe to the channel, like and comment. Do anything you can to support this channel. Like, subscribe, and comment. I think we appreciate I do this video of this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.